What's up, traders? This is Vinboss Signal Factory. Now, without wasting further time, today it's NFP non-farm payrolls, what we've all been waiting for the entire week. Now, without wasting further time, I want to go a little bit deeper into the analysis today to make sure you understand what is about to happen or what might happen today. So, without wasting further time, let me show you why I think the dollar might print out better than expected readings today in the market. So, remember, the key factor here will be the unemployment. If the unemployment is slightly lower, it will also boost the NFP readings, which will now give us a stronger dollar. So without wasting further time, let's jump into this. For me, this is wave one. For me, this is wave one. For me, the whole way from this point up to this point, and because we had again a gap, we had a buy from this area on Monday, and this was the signal. After taking profit, if you check the video that was uploaded on Monday, you know that this signal was just to make pips. The whole week we've been waiting to see something like this. And for me, I believe that this is a change of structure in in lower time frames like 15 minutes chart or 30 minutes chart. So now what to expect? I would expect to see the continuation of this pullback up until here, until the New York session opens and the NFP readings are dropped, as I'm expecting a stronger dollar as opposed to a weaker dollar. And if that's the case, this will be the signal of the week. And we will go here in just 2 hours, 2 hours or 3 hours. This might be strong given the fact that the dollar is not only backed up by the data, but the fundamentals as well as what Trump is saying or is doing to the trade wars. So, without wasting further time, if you're not checking the news, please do check the news. Make sure you follow Donald Trump on Twitter because he always says something that moves the market. It's always something that moves the market. So, without wasting time, again, let me clarify this. We have already closed the gap on all sides, and now this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see an A. I believe this is an A. I believe this will be a B, and I'm expecting to see a little bit of a C in a smaller time frame because this is the 1 hour time frame. So we're gonna go to this and have a little bit of a C. Excuse me, this mouse, I'm not used to this mouse. It's brand new, so sometimes it writes the way I'm not used to. But you can see the idea. So after forming a C, we will continue to the upside. Someone will say, but what if Vinboss, this does not go the way you planned? NFP is weaker, unemployment increases. What do you expect to see from the dollar? I've been trading for a long time, and this is not the first time Donald Trump is the president. He knows how to play the market. He's always there. He's always there. So you better watch out for him. Let's say the dollar prints out weaker data. Let me remove all this. Let's just assume that the dollar prints a weaker data and the president does not say anything about that, or that will make sure that traders jump and buy the dollar. What will happen? What is next? What will be next is we will see a spike up, maybe to take out liquidity from this area or maybe even this area. But I highly doubt the fact that we might change the structure because the dollar is very much strong. So this might be position one. This might be a great place to look for a sell to go down, or also the second place might be a great place to go down. Now, remember, to get this type of analysis, please make sure you like this channel, subscribe, join our Telegram channel. It is free. You do not pay anybody to get this kind of analysis and signals. Now, without wasting further time, remember, when you want to join us and receive unlimited, because in the Telegram channel you will see you're only getting four currency pair signals, that being the euro and the dollar, the pound and the dollar, the euro and the yen, and the pound and the yen. They are correlated pairs, which makes it easy for a newbie traders to see what is happening in the market, to adjust to the price movement. Very simple. But if you do want the full access to what the fuck is happening, move. The second pair is the pound and the dollar. Now, we are already in a sell from this level right here, and we are expecting to see more liquidity grabs. Now, remember, this was a liquidity grab from a daily time frame. This level here was a liquidity grab from a daily time frame. Yet, that's why we sold here, and we are still in it. We might get liquidated again. Remember, you move your stop loss to break even once you are deep in profits, right? Excuse me. Now, this is just like in the euro, because correlation means the pairs move in a similar direction or in a similar way. Now, this is the break of this structure, and then after that, that simply means we are going to test the structure, and after testing the structure, continuation will come and follow this target that we have set, 1.2250. Now, this pair somehow has a new weekly high. If you are following price action only, this is a buy for you. You would have entered here and continued to the upside, but this is not my signal. This is not what I'm into. Let me remove all this and show you what I'm talking about. Now, if you are into price action, you will realize that this was, I believe this was liquidity. Price was just taking liquidity, and we might continue again to the downside. Yet if this liquidity continues like this, from next week we will still be looking for, this will be our liquidity. From next week we will be looking for a pullback to test here, and then a continuation to the upside, a continuation to the upside. This is what we'll be expecting, a continuation to the upside from next week. So be careful trading this one, because I expect it to retest here, and then after the retest to continue. Yet if the NFP prints weaker than expected data, this might already be the next wave, and you will have to be able to change with the structure. You don't have to be late when uh, the structure is reversing or changing. So remember again, why I believe that we might get a weaker pound is because the interest rate decision was cut by 0.25 basis, if I'm not mistaken. This week it was from 5.00 to 4.75, if I'm not mistaken, but it was 2.5. Let me check it for you. Now, without wasting again further much of our time, remember, we are only trading correlated pairs on a free uh on the free channel there. But if and only if you are interested in uh excuse me, if you are only interested in buying, if you are only interested in funding, please register, and then after registering, fund your account. After registering, fund your account. After funding your account, you start receiving these kinds of signals. So this might also, if it might also retest the liquidity for the second time and then continue to the downside. This is my expectation. 1.2250 is the take profit of the pound. Now remember, registering is free. You don't pay anybody. All you have to do is fund, and then after funding, all your trading signals or your trading problems are gone. Because sometimes you sit in the chart, you try to guess where the market is going because maybe you are not with a good trading community, or maybe you are in multiple trading groups, and this other guy is saying buy, this other guy is saying sell, this other guy is, you are, do you understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this should be the channel that you are registering under, or that you should be registering for. So without wasting time again, please make sure you like and subscribe the video to keep on learning and keep on watching how we kill the markets week in, week out, daily, and everything. So let's go over to our third pair, which is the euro and the Japanese yen. And when it comes to the euro and the Japanese yen, this is the case. We gave this signal because remember, correlation. Correlation means you cannot buy euro dollar and sell pound dollar. No, it becomes very impossible because somehow the dollar, if the dollar is strong, it is strong against most. If the dollar is weak, it is weak against most. So please make sure you get those kind of uh, messages or information or knowledge that you have to. So remember, this is, excuse me, I was just reading up the comments that are just popping up now. Without wasting time again, this is your second, this was the signal, but we did not take these signals. Remember the euro, if you go to the video that we dropped on Monday, you will understand that this bombshell of a signal was well strategized, it was well planned, and the results are just fantastic. After closing the gap, like in the euro and the dollar and the pound and the dollar, we had this signal, and this was the results. We took profit here. I think it was Thursday, uh, around 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. in the morning. I was sleeping, I couldn't take any screenshots of it. So this is the case with the euro and the Japanese yen now. If this is, excuse me, um, if this is the case of now, if this is the case when it comes to uh your signals of the euro and the Japanese yen, because we have already taken profit. Now, what is next, Vinboss? Someone will ask that. So this right here will be your broken support, which will have to turn resistance, meaning this is a great place for you to look for selling opportunities, to continue looking for shorts. If at this NFP we reach here and the NFP somehow prints a stronger than expected reading, this should be our stance. And again, this is a great, if the NFP prints a weaker data, this should be the second place for everyone to look for shorts. Now, this is the first place for you to look for a short. This is, I know my two is bad, but this is the second place again where I would look for a take profit. The same take profit, the take profit don't move because of the way we are trading is we are trying to make a new low or a new high. So this would be the second place that we are looking for shorts. And remember, I always stress this out with my trading. There are three currency pairs which are safe haven currencies. Meaning, in terms like this, you would have to buy the Japanese yen, Swiss franc, and the US dollar. Why do we have to buy these currencies in times like this? Donald Trump as we have all heard, he has just imposed tariffs on uh, imports to the US. You know what that means for the economy, right? It means the economy of the US will be stronger again because they are increasing a percentage in which they charge people who come and sell their goods to the US. Now, the US will become stronger as it will make more money, and more traders will then put their money on the US. And if that's the case, and other countries are suffering because of this, because they now have to sell their things or their goods at a lower price than it was, or they are not making as much profit as they used to be, it causes trade fears, which means you have to, in terms of uncertainty, you have to buy what? Three currency pairs. When there's a trade war or there's a panic in the market, you buy three: the Japanese yen, the Swiss franc, and the US dollar. So in this case, please make sure you don't miss the two. In this case, make sure you do not miss the two. Yet, if from this level we jump straight, yet if we jump straight like this to break this top here, we will still be looking for buying opportunities, because remember, if you are only looking at this remember, if you are looking at this whole big wave and this is the new break of structure, this will be the signal from next week. This will be our signal from next week to go to the upside. This is the signal from next week only if we break this top here. So without wasting time, let's go over to the last pair. And remember, the euro yen and the pound yen, we did not buy the close gap because it was closer to the gap than normal. But the bigger the gap, the bigger the continuation, which leads to the euro and the dollar and the pound and the dollar situation. Now, without wasting further time, this was also an amazing signal going down here. We want to go over to the last pair, which is the pound and the Japanese yen. So let's check how the pound and the Japanese yen are doing right now. And last but not least is the pound and the Japanese yen. With the pound and the Japanese yen, this was also the case, and this was a beautiful setup. If you were not in on Tuesday, you missed a whole lot. So this was the first place where the this was the first place where we were looking for a sell. After this, I was jumping in. I jumped in and then I got stopped out here. And then early in the morning on Tuesday, I had a signal. I got stopped out again here, and then I waited until until the London session was closing, and then I had these signals, boom to the downside, boom to the downside. Now everybody knows we took this signal. If you are not registered with us, please make sure you register immediately. Fund your account immediately to make sure that everything you want, everything that you have multiplies. Now, without wasting further time, let me explain over again what might happen, or what should happen, or what could happen based on the signal that is coming forth after this signal now. Now, what's next, Vin Boss? Someone else would ask that, as they always ask me in the channel. Now, this is what is coming, or what might potentially happen. Now, without wasting time, let's go over and move a little bit of our chart to the left hand side. Now, we forget about last week. Now we are already on this week, and this week has some magic in it. Do you know what I'm referring to when I'm talking about some magic in this week? This was the signal. Now, let's go over to what might potentially happen. Now, this orange line here, even if I have not yet written a break of structure to it, 193.04, this will be my break of structure. Now, this also is the broken support turning resistance, boom, or some people will call it a supply zone. This is where the supply will be. Or if this becomes a bit stronger, or if this becomes a bit stronger than we anticipate, this should be a second place that we will look for a short to the downside to take out this low right here, 187.50. This will be my target for next week. If only this goes up to here this week on Friday, because this is the last day, it simply means that on Monday or Tuesday, this will be the continuation to the downside. Now, this is what and how we are trading. There's a bonus course for you after registering for free. You get a free trading course that has advanced strategies that will help you see this the way I see it, the way I see it as easy it is. Now, without wasting further time, I have analyzed all for you. I hope you have a great NFP day today. I hope you have the fantastic weekend with your NFP profits. Please don't put all your money on women. Don't put your money on women. Women will empty your bank account. So without wasting further time, again, this is the best video you've watched on the internet based on Forex market analysis. And we trade live all the time. We post like 3 times a week, 4 times sometimes a week. That simply means that we have daily videos that we upload on the internet to make sure, to really make sure that people don't miss out on this. Please, this is your best setup today. But if you are going to continue from here, this is your best setup for next week. But if this happens, we break below here, this is a change of structure. That means we will be having something like this. That means we will be having something like this from next week, and then this will be a break of structure, which will now turn into support, or the demand place or the demand zone, and then boom, we will go up again. So if this happens, we will come here and then go up to break new highs again. So without wasting further time, I love you guys. Make sure you love this video, you like it, you make sure you watch it over and over and over again, or watch it even an hour before the NFP. I will still, maybe I might drop a video an hour before NFP, or we might even trade it live here. So don't worry, I'll be here with you the whole entire time. Now, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you tell somebody who you think should know about this channel. Make sure you tell them they join this channel, because this channel is free. You don't pay nobody in here. You don't have to pay for to trade. Sometimes it's expensive for you to learn trading, and now it's expensive for you to even trade. And somebody told me, who joined me last week, that he was in another group, and that group he was paying like $40 a month. So he paid $40, but he makes less than $40 a month. That's a loss. But it's business. I'm not criticizing anybody else. From your mentor's perspective, he's doing business. He has to do business. But from a human perspective, that's not fair. You're not even able to make money for yourself, and yet here you are paying someone else to help you make money. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And some of these mentors of yours, they just show you screenshots, no videos of analysis, because you know, they have half information, or they are not well informed about trading. Some of them, I'm not saying everyone, I'm saying some of them. Do you understand what I'm saying about? So, without wasting time, again, I know I always say that, but have a fantastic NFP today, guys. Have a fantastic, a blessed NFP, a beautiful NFP. Make sure you guys make money. Make sure you guys don't miss the signals. Make sure you guys refer this channel or the Telegram group to your friends or people who might need it. So without wasting further time, thank you and happy trading.